recently, someone asked me on one of my YouTube videos what my knowledge of the Course in Miracles really is. They didn't think that I really had, um, much experience, and asked me if I had read the book. Okay, well, I'm going to answer that. I'll tell you what my background is. I truthfully am not an expert, but I do have some knowledge, and I never claimed to be an expert, but I'll tell you about what I do know and what my sources are and what my experience is. Well, it all started in 1996, and I was having a really hard time out in Colorado trying to relocate there. I had recently got divorced. Uh, um, it's just my, stuff with, like, when your life just gets really interrupted, and it's hard for you to be in a situation that's really founded, really solid, and so you're kind of adrift. And also, I'm from South Carolina, so the mountains of Colorado was a bit ungrounding for me, and I had to make some difficult choices at the time. And looking back now, I realize it wasn't all about me, that that period of time might have been what was best for my children, and on and on. But so at that time I was really out of sorts, and I kept trying to read this book. I had eyesight then. I still have some eyesight, but I had enough eyesight to read, and now I have to read like this. Good. And I had this book with me. It was the only book I owned. I had everything. I drove out there with my son 2 times in one summer, 2 different kids, different times. And this book was the only book I owned, and I would pick it up and read. Nothing was absorbing. This is Return to Love by Marianne Williamson. I hope I don't get sued, but I don't have any money anyway. So, okay, so like years and years go by, and years and years, and I was in my 30s then, and then I guess about 5 years ago, a friend of mine took me to a Course in Miracles class at Unity Church, and this is the Course in Miracles book. She gave me this. It's a gift. This was actually, it's a long book. The print is incredibly small. It would be really hard for anybody to read this book. And no, I haven't read the book on my own, but I am reading it in a group, and we've gotten far. We're about way past the 600, so we're about this far along. And I like it, reading it in a group, because we discuss it. And I went to this Course in Miracles group, and we listened to Elaine Miller, and she taught it, and she did it a different way. We sometimes did lessons, and we sat, and she read out of the book. There were people who read out of the book, but people took notes if they wanted. But she had like a diagram, where heaven, love, Holy Spirit, thought system, forgiveness, oneness, and then, down here, illusion, or what they call Maya in Eastern. See, the Course in Miracles is really like Eastern religion in a Western format, and it's also written by Jesus, channeled by Helen, this woman Helen, dictated to Bill, and whether you believe it or not, and so I feel it's a Christian book, because it talks about Jesus all the way through, beginning to end. So because of my eyesight, no, I haven't read it on my own, but I do know a lot of the workbook lessons, and have done them as a group. Love holds no grievances, I am the light of the world, God is the light in which I see, and I have used them many times in my life. So once I got into the Course in Miracles, and I took that class for years, and took the class. Now I'm doing in a study group with the Gensers, and we got a nice group, and They know the Course in Miracles very well. Now, if I have said anything about certain interpretations, those are only interpretations. That doesn't mean that that's what it is. And I may have been judging the Course by the way someone was interpreting it. The truth is, we are not bodies, we are minds, and that is true. People say, oh, but we're souls. But really, it's all mind. Mind is what it is. So I bought this book on Amazon.com, and I just had to have this book again. I had lost the original one or given it away, but I reobtained it. And this is a wonderful book, and it's a good for introduction because Marianne Williamson, is a great representative of A Course in Miracles. And then I just want to tell you lastly that I went to a workshop with a friend, and this guy was singing and playing guitar, and people held hands and danced around and looked in each other's eyes, and I was crying as he was talking about loving yourself and knowing yourself, and I was really touched, and I just cried. So anyway, that is what I know about the Course in Miracles, and because I wanted to clear that up, so that, and if you want to look for good, they're good, really good Course in Miracles experts, like Earl Purdy is good, Amy Torres, not to be confused with Tori Amos, the singer. It's Amy Torres, Torres, and she's got some good stuff online. And then there's Marianne Williamson, of course. Ken Wapnick is great. Wayne Dyer has written a lot on Course in Miracles. He's like Neil Donald Walsh mentions a lot about Course in Miracles in his books, but not exact Course in Miracles teaching. But anyway, it's all good, and these are all good. So thank you for listening.